How sick, how demonic, how wicked do you have to be as a labor and delivery nurse? And
as a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Karoline Leavitt a 4th degree tear. I hope that you fucking rip from bow to stern and never shit normally again, you cunt.
Oh, so I hope you guys heard that, because I think the volume was a little low. That's the first one. Okay. She said she's a labor and delivery nurse. All right. Now take a look at this next one.
Usha Vance, that is gross. That is gross. You let this thing leave a load inside of you on purpose. See, y'all, that's why it is so important that we teach our daughters to have self-love and self-respect. There is no amount of proximity to power or money. The quickness with which I would be in my closet looking for a hanger. The amount of pennyroyal tea I would be drinking. The size of the staircase, okay? Does Erica know? Did y'all like text her personally? Or does she find out on the interwebs like the rest of us? Gross.
Okay. So let's get into this. 2 viral videos, 2 different women, 2 statements so vile that they should have united the country in condemnation. But instead, they were cheered on by the left. These people love this type of stuff. All right. These aren't jokes, folks. These aren't political critiques. These are expressions of hatred toward life itself. And they perfectly expose what the modern left has become. Michelle, what are your thoughts?
I mean, thank you for showing us the Baal worshipers, because that's exactly what that is. It's like sacrificing children. This is okay and even justified. How sick, how demonic, how wicked do you have to be as a labor and delivery nurse? And it's funny, yesterday, I actually saw one of my labor and delivery nurses at my homeschooling group. She was there and has been there for 3 of my 6 children. And I am so grateful for women like that in that field, that comfort moms. So I can't even imagine that I go into a hospital and happen to be Republican, or I have the wrong shirt on, or I have the apparently the wrong political affiliation, and one of those wicked women is the nurse assigned to me, and wishing death. Do you know what those tears do? I've had tears. I've had stitches. I couldn't walk for weeks, if not months. It is horrifying. It is horrible. And to wish that on any woman because of childbirth, and to even wish that the woman doesn't even have the child. So one is wishing death on the woman, the other is wishing death on the child. Guys, it's beyond being justified. In the comments, if you read them, of people saying, oh, you're right, ha ha ha, this is so funny, you girl saying what I wish I could say, and glad to have you. This is a nurse. You know who should be outraged? Really, the Black community, who went out of their way to say nurses aren't listening to us. They're not caring for us. We're having higher mortality and death rates of ourselves. Well, then look at these nurses, same people cheering them on. Where is the outrage on the left? Where are the communities that are saying we have to have better care? So anyone who makes those comments needs to be stripped of their licenses, and they should not be near a human being at that point, because they're ones that are with the most vulnerable patients, women and newborn babies. That would be one of those catch me outside, how about that moments if I knew them. Like, you had the nerve to say that about a woman or about a child, an unborn child, to find a staircase?
But this is the left's death culture. Abortion framed as empowerment, childbearing treated as a punishment, and motherhood is ridiculed. Life is reduced to a political inconvenience. It's not compassion, it's nihilism. This is them, folks. They have told us over and over again and again. And of course, as we've mentioned on this broadcast, it's Marxism. This is the Marxist agenda of the left. There is no more Democrat Party. They are the Marxism party, all right? And Marxism seeks to dismantle the family because the family teaches loyalty beyond the state. All right. It talks about the family is generally about faith and values. And so, with this Marxist agenda, life becomes expendable if it interferes with progress. All right. And we know these are ungodly people. And when you remove God, life loses its sacred value. This is why they don't want us in our Bibles. They don't want people of faith in the United States because we value life. We value it from the womb to the tomb. Mm-hmm. And when life loses value, cruelty then becomes easy. Easy, folks. This is why in our last broadcast, we talked about how Christians have no home in today's Democrat Party. Those ladies are not on the fringe. That is the modern Democrat Party. They celebrate abortion. Yep. They excuse cruelty, and they embrace Marxist frameworks. They reject biblical morality. They hate us. They hate us.
And people like that, just to that clip, have your life, our lives in their hands.
Wow, I know that's the scary part, Michelle.
Our very lives.
We're here in Maryland.
Oh, we have stories here that they're just disgusting, beyond disgusting. But again, the legislators here believe in infanticide. They don't have a problem allowing born babies, not unborn, but born children die and not prosecute the parents for allowing things to happen. So they really are beyond far to the left. They are unworldly. They're beyond human. Anybody who believes those things. And these women's just, maybe we need to have more clips of people like this in these hospitals, in these nurses' facilities. Go ahead and tell us who you really are so we can really fire you. So we really know who not to go to. And chat is blowing up about needing databases for Christian physicians. And that there are some that exist. And maybe we need to highlight those.
We should, Michelle.
Because that is important for us to know that there are doctors, there are nurses, there are entire, groups out there who are conservative and believe in homeopathic medicine and believe in, just life. These fools took an oath. That's what's crazy. They went to nursing school. They know right from wrong, and yet there is no morality in them. To know and to see and to bring life into the world and then to make those statements, you have no moral compass.
And one thing that I felt was helpful, folks, is when I went to AmFest this year and I sat in on a TPUSA faith conference. And if you guys go to the website for TPUSA Faith, it's a great resource for conservative Christians. I'll say Bible believing Christians. Yeah. They have resources for you in your area to find Bible believing churches. I actually found some here in Maryland that were in my area, and all sorts of things. They may even have something where you can find medical people in the medical field that are Bible believing Christians, because it is really starting to get scary. The hatred that the left has for anyone who does not think like them it's scary. It really is, because they are willing to hurt us. I mean, they believe it's part of their cause. They believe it's a form of activism to either deny us service or to, perform service on us in a way that would hurt us, because they don't recognize, they don't respect life. And so we have to start working together as Christian conservatives who value life, who want to do the right thing. We have to find one another and patronize one another. Folks, this is why this broadcast is so important. Please, as you come in, hit that like button. That helps to get this video out in front of a wider audience. And subscribe. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe to us. Because, folks, we have to form a network all over the country, really, where we can say, okay, Are you looking for a Christian Bible believing daycare or a school or whatever service you're looking for? We need to start supporting one another. Maybe that's something we can start putting together here and put together a database of that, because it's becoming dangerous to go outside of that because they hate us so much on the left.
They do. And especially if they know you and recognize you. So these are women that were, I mean, she was threatening death on the unborn child of the vice president, the VP. She wasn't threatening to kill, but she was saying you should do it yourself, right? And she didn't care that it was the vice president's wife. Do you see how bold evil is right now?
Yeah. It is.
And again, because they're not seeing consequences, because we do have freedom of speech, which is fine. But then we also have the freedom to lose your job. There are some businesses that we should not support because of it. And you're right. They don't care if it's at the top. They definitely don't care about us.
Right. Absolutely, folks. Again, as you come in, hit that like button. Here, you are in the right place. Folks, we are Christian Conservative, your trusted source for bold, unfiltered news and analysis on the issues that matter most to Christian conservatives. So if that's you, please subscribe right now. Subscribe and hit that like button to stay informed, inspired, and empowered.